Hi guys, Maurice here. I'm going to do a beat mapping demo. Hopefully I'll be able to show you how to use beat mapping effectively in your songs. So here we have some tracks I created via MIDI. I didn't want to use a client project, so I just selected some created some tracks via MIDI and exported them as audio, removed the tempo information so that Logic doesn't know the tempo. I know the bass tempo is 90, but I added some tempo changes and I played slightly off rhythm so that we can force Logic to track the timing of the drums here. Everything else was played against those drums, so they should match. So to begin with, I've selected this drum track, and you can see that you see whatever's selected above in the beat mapping window, but I'm going to tell it to analyze the transients from those drums. It does use flex times for that, but flex time is not actually activated on the drum track. It's just using to create this tempo map, this beat map, I should say. So if I zoom in on that, you can see right away that you can see where the markers lie, and it basically plays in tempo. I'm going to skip ahead until about measure 11. That's when things start to go bad because my tempo changes. And that's important because on this retro synth here, I have a delay segment, which is playing in tempo at 90 BPM, right? But it's synced to Logic. And so once Logic starts to play at a different tempo, the tempo of Logic isn't playing. I'm sorry, once the rhythm starts to play at a different tempo, the tempo of Logic is not synced to that drum tempo. And so the sync of the delay will fall off as well. All right, so let's see what happens if you can hear that at measure 11. So you can hear that the pads are playing at a different spacing. The delay doesn't sound terrible, but wouldn't it be cool if it just stayed? And also other things we add later, we'd like to keep the beat clock in tempo. So what I'm going to do is just select this, and we can start to drag to make sure that, like, it's just simple as that, it'll stay in tempo. And now we at measure 11, Logic knows where that is. And so I can go to the next measure and, all right. And this is the first beat of measure 12. So we'll just, you see how it just syncs to that. And then we'll go to each measure. That's 13, way off, right? And this is 14, way off. We'll have to do it again if I can. Let's move some others first. There you go. And let's get rid of that one. And then if it's not perfectly on. And that's 15. So this is way off. So it's slowing down to 15. And then it's back at 90 again. So at measure 16, we can just type in 90. You can see it's creating tempo events as it goes along. All right, at 15. So we can get rid of some of this other stuff. And we're basically back on again. What is important though, the more tempo information you give Logic, the more accurate the transitions will be. So we can create more and more little tiny moves. And Logic will more accurately track what's happening in the song. That's not right. I think this one is actually off too. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely off. Let's see. That one's off. Let's get rid of this one. So that's supposed to be here. And this is gone. And get rid of that. I had measured 12 wrong. Yeah, that's more like it. And this. All right. And this is the halfway mark for this measure. Oops. There you go. And this is actually 13, way over here. All right. And we repair that. And that's actually 15 over there. That's supposed to be 90. All right, so now you have this transition in which you can see the tempo changes. It's not perfect. I can make it more perfect by starting earlier and following my transitions better because I'm not exactly on, but you get the basic idea. This allows you to have a beat clock that follows the tempo of what you're actually playing, even when what you're playing was recorded separately. I'm actually making those transitions smoother as well. A little bit. I can't grab it. At any rate. And you can see that it's following the drums a lot more closely than it did before. In fact, I know of a problem I'm hearing is because of my buses. My click track here is not going to the main bus. And there's processing there. There you go. That's much better. All right, so let's. And you can hear that at this point in the song, everything's perfectly in sync. Until now. But using beat mapping, we were able to get Logic to perfectly track the changes in tempo of our drums, and therefore everything else in the song follows perfectly as well. And that's basically it. I hope that helps you. It's a great tool. It's very useful and functional. And I guess I'll see you next time. All right.